This podcast is part of the BombPod Media Network.
From DailyDoseOfWeirdNews.com, I'm Darren Marlar, and this is your Daily Dose of Weird News. According to a study, people that use lots of profanity lie less often and have higher levels of integrity. Dagnabbit. A new report says that nearly 1 out of every 2 American consumers visits McDonald's in a month. That might be a little misleading, though. Some of those are the same people coming back because they forgot the ketchup. One recent evening on Long Island, New York, a man and his daughter were driving home when they struck and killed a cow that had escaped an area farm along with a bull companion. So the bull charged the pair after they got out of their smoking car after hitting the animal. A neighbor says, "I saw a car with hazard lights on and people running towards me. Then I see there's a bull chasing them. They hid between my neighbor's 2 cars for a few minutes, yelling and screaming until the bull backed off." The bull is now getting grief counseling. A burglar broke into some stables in England and stole some stuff, but not before feeding the stable cat. This world needs a better class of criminal, and this guy is going to give it to him. Boys are easier to raise than girls, right? Well, that's what over half of us start out thinking, at least. A new survey discovered more than half of American couples want their first child to be a boy because they are, quote, less hard work. Only 21% have had their heart set on a daughter. 32% had no preference. Actually, my wife and we've discovered the easiest route – a chia pet. A Florida man who exited his home one recent night to walk his dog barely got away with his life after he was mauled by a bear. Andrew Minor let his dog out around 10:30 p.m. when the pooch quickly ran back inside the house. He says he was swiped by the bear right after the dog bolted. Minor had to be taken to the hospital for treatment after he suffered several cuts across his head and stomach. He says, "I look like I got in a fight with Wolverine." Oh yeah, and a shout-out to that frightened dog that ditched its master like a bad habit. Bad dog. Smart dog, but bad dog. A North Dakota woman said she was asked to leave a Chick-fil-A over the weekend for breastfeeding her infant daughter at the restaurant in Fargo. Actually, everybody was fine with it until she started going table to table asking if anybody needed more cream for their coffee. The Washington Post reports that last fall, when he was aboard Air Force One with the president, House Majority Leader Kevin McCarthy noticed that Trump had a preference for red and pink Starburst candies. So McCarthy had one of his staff buy Starbursts and pick out the red and pink ones, which were placed in a jar bearing his name and delivered to the president. A White House official told the Post that Trump was grinning upon receipt of the gift. I'm guessing Kevin's old job was picking out brown M&Ms for Van Halen. 62% of people would be unwilling to become a vegetarian if their partner asked them to. The remaining 38% are what we call pansies. Here's another excuse to eat chocolate. Chocolate could be your liver's best friend. In a European study, people who ate 3.5 ounces of chocolate each day had lower levels of an enzyme that's often elevated because of liver disease than people who ate less chocolate. The scientists think chocolate's anti-inflammatory properties may protect liver cells. Wouldn't it be awesome if the treatment for liver failure was to eat all of your Halloween candy in one sitting? President Trump underwent his first physical exam as president last Friday, and Navy Dr. Ronnie Jackson says the president is in excellent health. Trump also asked that a cognitive test be included as part of his first physical exam, and Dr. Jackson says he scored a 30 out of 30 score, meaning there is no indication that Trump has any cognitive issues. So those of you who have been screaming that the Donald needs a checkup from the neck up, he got one, and it's been determined that that's just his personality. Parts of Russia this week saw temperatures drop to 88.6 degrees below zero. It was so cold that Vladimir Putin came close to keeping his shirt on. They say a new flu strain is on the way, and things could actually get worse. So please text or message me. Don't call. I don't want you breathing into my ear. They say that money can't buy happiness, but if it could, it apparently would not cost all that much. According to a report out of Britain, a candy bar, a long soak in the bathtub, an afternoon nap, and a leisurely stroll in the park are the things that make us the most happy. And we should be asking for those things as perks and bonuses. Hey, did you land that sweet account for your company? Congratulations! You get a hot bath and a Snickers bar. Down in Brazil, it looks like they're getting ready to elect a Brazilian TV star as their next president. Should we warn them or just let them learn for themselves? Selena Gomez's mom says she's not happy that her daughter is back with Justin Bieber. But then, when is mom ever satisfied with who you're dating, am I right? A tourism website for the African country of Zambia is playing off President Trump's recent vulgar and controversial quotes. The ad on ZambiaTourism.com's Facebook page invites tourists to visit S-Hole Zambia, adding that the only stars and stripes you'll have to see are in the sky and on a zebra. It's not exactly an official diss because the site is not affiliated with the government-run tourism agency. Meanwhile, Airbnb was getting in on the action by rolling out an ad campaign touting locations not only in Africa but in Haiti and El Salvador, which were reportedly criticized by Trump. Meaning Trump is creating business just by cursing. Man, this guy is good at presidenting. Have you heard about Seattle's new soda tax? A $10 tax on a $15 case of Coke. That's a tax of over 66%. This means I just might get to realize one of my personal life goals, becoming a root beer smuggler. There's a push to break California into 2 states, the new one being called New California, which would be made up of the rural areas, leaving the big cities on the coast as part of the original California. Or another way of looking at it, pretentious, egomaniacal jerks stay near the beach. Even though Oprah Winfrey has not officially announced that she would run for president in 2020, there's already a Nopra or No Oprah wear for sale online. Honestly, I think I would buy that regardless of whether she runs or not. Become a patron of the show and get exclusive content just for official weirdos. Get the details at dailydoseofweirdnews.com. If you like scary true stories, check out my other podcast, WeirdDarkness.com. For Daily Dose of Weird News, I'm Darren Marlar, and I'll see you next time, Weirdos!